What's happening, everyone? It's still Thursday from my last video. I figured I'd do two in a row here. Just do both of these raised beds. My last one we did some cucumbers and cilantro, some broccoli, cabbage, and spinach. In this video, we are going to do some tomato. I'm going to try a different type of tomato. We're going to do some squash. I've had some zucchini that I haven't done very well with. I don't know what I did wrong. I've tried looking some stuff up and I just don't know. I guess the only thing I can really come up with is I didn't water enough, maybe. I don't know. But what's happened now for the last two plants on my zucchinis is the stems, it seemed like they were like really wet and they just kind of broke. So not too sure. So in this video, tomatoes, some squash, two different types of squash, some lemon balm, and nasturtium, right? Which is an herb, sort of, heirloom, things like that. So once again, we have another bed, 4 feet by 2 feet, 1 foot high, 1 bag of potting soil, 1 bag of compost, mushroom compost, half a bag of cow manure, and 1 bag of topsoil. So still high enough. We should get some airflow. Should be okay. Once again, I'm putting 1 foot squares to this as best as I can on the edges. Obviously not square, but yeah. So I'm going to throw that's my center point that I'm going to have, just so I know down the center here, right? 1 foot, 1 foot, all that stuff. All right, so the first thing that we are going to start out with, and these are all seeds. These are all going to be seeds. I got nothing else to transplant, so these are all seeds. So the first one that we are going to, let's start over in this corner over here, and I'll work my way towards the camera. So back in this corner here, we're going to start in this back corner. We are doing Brandywine red yellow blend tomatoes. These are supposed to be pretty big. So Brandywine tomato. Once again, I got if I can separate it with these gloves. These gloves really pain in the ass to do dexterity stuff. Got my cool little signs, Brandywine tomato. Okay, we're going to throw that back there. And these are botanical interests. Brandywine tomatoes. And so these need to be 1/4 inch deep, a group of 3 seeds every 24 to 36 inches. And the maturity is 76 to 100 days. So right now we are coming to the end of July. Our first freeze here, where I'm at on the edge of zone 8A, 8B, should be about the 1st or 2nd week of November. So we should still be good. We should still be good. And so these Brandywines, these were $2.49 for 25 seeds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know what, this is really a pain. Trying to open these. They got these real small, tiny little flaps up at the top. and they're real hard, not only hard to get right off the bat with the gloves on, but just as hard when it doesn't open all the way, like an envelope, and it kind of gets stuck. What the hell is this? Well, so these also come in this little packet. Luckily, I got my scissors. All right, so we're going to cut this corner open. I'm going to put all these seeds in this envelope. I get why they do this, but we'll be okay. And that should be good. All right, so brandywine tomatoes. I'm going to put 2 seeds in this hole. Okay. See if I can show you those, if you can see them. Those are the tomato seeds. Very small. They got to be a 1/4 inch deep. I'm going to put 2 seeds in. 2 is 1, 1 is none. I'll cover that up. And that's our brandywine tomato. I'm going to keep this by because we're going to put another one over here. So this next one is Nasturtium. And the reason I'm putting these in is companion planting. And these will also help keep some bugs away. So some pests. If you watch one of my videos and some of the mistakes that I made, especially in one of my other raised beds where I put the zucchini next to the cucumber, that didn't help out my zucchinis, first of all. And this is before I really did any research on companion planting. So do your research on companion planting, because I didn't, and I made some mistakes. So I did zucchini, cucumber, cantaloupe, watermelon, and really none of those should be together. Made a mistake. I did get a couple of zucchinis. I've got quite a few cucumbers. I've got 1 cantaloupe, which was delicious, by the way. I did have a watermelon, but it's split because of the bunch of rain that we got. But right now I got 4 good watermelon that are growing. So hopefully we're making some progress. All right, so companion planting, pests, which is my biggest reason I'm doing a lot of the companion planting. Nasturtium. All right. So this was $2.99 or $2.29 for 3 grams of seeds. Seed depth is 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Spacing is 3 seeds every 8 to 12 inches. And days to emerge is 7 to 14 days. And I'm planting these a little late, but yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, so Nasturtium. Put that in there. These need to be 1 inch, about. And these are much different. So these are the Nasturtium seeds. Quite bigger than what I've done. So I'm going to drop those in the hole. Cover it up. Good to go. Those are done. We'll only do 1 of those. All right, next is going to be straight neck summer squash. Should be interesting. These seed depth is 1 inch. Plant space is 24 inches. Row space 60 inches. Sprouts in 7 to 10 days and matures in 50 days. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure this is more of a bush and not viney. So that's why I have it over here in this one. Like I talked about in my other video, last 2 videos, I think, I talked about having chicken wire back over here along my fence, which is behind the camera right now, for the cucumbers. And so that's why I planted over here. I can do bush, it's okay. And we'll see what happens. So I'm going to do straight neck squash here and here. Now it's supposed to be, it says 24 inches. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of plant them right on the edge. And that'll be close, probably 20 inches. Should be close enough. Let me make my little signs here. Straight neck squash. This is summer squash. So I'm probably a little late on this one too. Straight neck squash. And I got to make 2 of these because I'm doing 2. Make sure you label. And don't forget, because 2 videos ago, I planted some lettuce. And you can go back and take a look at that video. I planted some lettuce and I didn't label it. So I got to go back and try and figure that out. Okay, so planting. Full sun, which will be good right here. I got a little bit of the shade up above for my shade cloth, but this is on the very edge of the shade cloth. So this will get some really good afternoon sun. Probably not too much in the morning, but it'll get real good afternoon sun. Let's see. Germinates poorly in soil below 70 degrees. I don't have to worry about that. Water consistently and feed monthly with side dressings or compost. Harvest early blossoms are usually male, will not produce fruits. Keep fruits cut regularly at 4 to 5 inch size to promote longer harvest. So when they're only like 4 or 5 inches long, that's when you want to harvest them. Eat them up. That way the plant keeps growing. All right, so we're going to do 2 of these. I'm going to put one back here. These need to be, let's see, depth is 1 inch. Plant space 24 inch. All right, so like I said, I'm going to put one on the edge. And I'll show you these seeds. All these squashes are, hello boy. I don't know what that is. Those are the squash seeds, just like pumpkin seeds. Okay, so I'm gonna drop 2 in there. Yeah, good boy. Drop 2 in there. Make another hole over here. What are you doing, dude? Okay, 2 in this hole, and we're good to go. I know you like the veggies, man, but these aren't veggies yet. It's okay. Okay, so that's the straight neck squash. The next one is going to be Cocozelli squash. A little bit different, more like zucchini. 1 inch, 24 space. Pick regularly more fruit. Full sun, so basically the same thing. So these are going to do real well together, next to each other, hopefully. and in the place that I have them here. So this is Cocozelli squash. And just to give you an idea, I live in a city. This is all in my backyard. I'm on about 1/4 of an acre. My dogs love to bark, or at least the coonhound does. He lets everybody know he's outside. You know, he thinks he's the king. So that's the coonhound. All right, Cocozelli squash. Same thing. I'm going to plant them the same way on the edges, so that way they're 20 inches apart ish. Do 2 of these. It's really the same thing. Seeds look the same. Dropping 2 in, cover them up, and I'll water all this stuff in after I turn off the video. But I don't want to water it too much. I mean, my soil is pretty wet already, or damp at least. So it's not in bad shape. I may just wait to water till morning. I want to do it at night, give them a rest. So I put this dirt in and stuff early this afternoon, took it out of the bags. It's been sitting in the bags at least for a week here at the house. So I just wanted to give it time to kind of breathe a little bit as I took it out of the bag. So I waited a few hours, and now that's why I'm planting. When the sun's down, they're not getting blasted right away. The soil isn't extremely hot. It's actually been really nice here the last few days. In the 80s after we got like 3 or 4 days of storms. So it's been beautiful here. We had a few weeks ago, it was like 95 degrees for like 2.5, 3 weeks straight. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to put in is some lemon balm. This stuff is really good for the squash and good to companion plant with tomatoes. So I'm gonna make my sign. These are heirlooms. Lemon balm. Make our little sign so we know what's where. And this is seed depth is 1/4 inch, plant space 12 inches, row space 18, sprouts in 7 to 14 days, and matures in 75 days. Plant in the spring after all the frost. Early fall in mild climates. Cut back foliage by 1/3 in the summer when flowers appear. Leaves may be used at any time. Cut back by 2/3 after flowering. Dry fully grown branches in the shade for later use. Okay. So these ones, I'm assuming these are going to be very small seeds, and they are. They're just tiny. So I'm going to put these close to the edge as well. 1/4 inch, so I don't need a whole lot of depth. And I'm just going to put a few seeds in there because they're so small. That's 6 seeds. Very tiny, very small. I'm going to drop them in here. Just cover them up. Should be about 1/4 inch. And we're good with the lemon balm. Get out of there. All right, last one. We're going to do another brandywine tomato back over in this corner here. I do kind of worry about it. I got some bushes here. Not bushes, but flowered bushes. I can't even remember the name of them, but get out of there. So I'm gonna have to trim those back so they don't mess with these tomatoes at all. So these are gonna be brandywine tomatoes. Okay. And I'm doing all this on camera so you guys see. I mean, it's a little time consuming, but it's okay. It's not like I'm in a rush. I got nowhere to be, got nowhere to go. All right, and once again, these got to be 1/4 inch depth, 24 to 36 inches, and maturity in 76 to 100 days. So I'm going to put these kind of back on the edge, give the squash a little bit of room, and the lemon balm a little room. And I'm going to plant 2 seeds. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Okay. And that's what we got. Brandywine tomatoes. All right, so what we did, we planted a brandywine tomato here, Nasturtium here, straight neck squash here and here, cocozelli squash here and here, a brandywine tomato, and some lemon balm. Companion planting. Checked all this stuff out. I really want some squash. I only got 1 or 2 zucchinis, and I really wanted some squash. Wife loves the squash. She makes some really good dishes with it. So we just kind of been chowing on tomatoes and cucumbers. I'm starting to get some bell peppers, harvesting some bell peppers, so those are really good. Did have some beans, because I got some pole beans over here. Those are pretty good too. I just been eating those raw. They're really good. So yeah, I've been somewhat happy, pretty happy with the garden so far. I wish I wouldn't have made the mistake with the zucchini and the cucumbers and melon and watermelon together. I probably could have got some better harvests. So I'm kind of upset a little bit about that. The 2 melons, right? The watermelon and the cantaloupe. Did get 1 cantaloupe. We ate that the other day. So good. It was so sweet, so juicy. And it was only maybe that big. It wasn't very big, but it was ready to go. I moved it, it fell off the vine, so it was ready to go. So that's what I have for you. Please give the subscribe down below. Share with some friends. Hit the bell. Hit the like button. Share with a friend. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. It's Saturday here. With all the craziness in the world right now, friends and family are number one. And so, take care of each other. Peace.